Breaking developments are emerging from Buckingham Palace, and they point to one of the most dramatic shakeups the British monarchy has seen in a generation. Tensions are rising, alliances are shifting, and Meghan Markle is said to be absolutely livid as a secret royal deal begins to surface. According to insider reports, King Charles and Prince William have quietly reached an understanding that could open the door for Prince Harry to return to the royal family in a limited but significant capacity. But this agreement comes with a stunning twist. Prince Andrew has reportedly been removed from Windsor as part of the arrangement, and young Prince George is being ushered forward with surprising speed to take on early royal responsibilities. What is unfolding behind palace walls is far more calculated, far more strategic, and far more controversial than the public ever expected. Stay tuned here on Royals Explored as we dig into the layers of this unprecedented royal reshuffle, and make sure you are subscribed so you never miss the latest dramatic updates from the world's most iconic monarchy. Here is what we know at this moment. Prince Andrew has been relocated to Sandringham, over 100 miles away from other senior members of the royal household. This is not a simple move or a polite adjustment in living arrangements. Palace insiders say it is a deliberate, carefully planned maneuver directed by King Charles himself. Longtime royal photographer Ian Pelham-Turner, who still maintains deep connections to the palace, has shared an extraordinary theory about what is really going on. He believes that Charles and William have struck a highly calculated compromise. Andrew is pushed out of Windsor, and in exchange William agrees to consider welcoming Harry back into the fold. This timing is no coincidence. King Charles is currently undergoing cancer treatment, a diagnosis that shocked the world when it was revealed earlier this year. As he confronts his own vulnerability, the king appears determined to mend the fractured relationship between his sons before it is too late. According to Turner, the discussions with Harry have accelerated largely because of Charles's health concerns. The king does not want his legacy to be defined by division. He wants healing, even if it requires tough decisions that not everyone in the family supports. But Prince William remains a major obstacle. Reports say he still feels deeply wronged by Harry's actions in recent years. The explosive interviews, the Netflix series, the memoir Spare, and the public criticism of the royal family have left William hurt, angry, and distrustful. Yet Charles seems to have orchestrated a strategic exchange, removing Andrew from his long-standing position at Windsor in return for William's willingness to entertain the idea of Harry's partial return. It is a tactic straight out of a political drama, revealing just how determined Charles is to bring his sons together. Remember to subscribe to Royals Explored for every twist and turn in this extraordinary saga. Now, let's turn to Meghan Markle, whose reaction to these developments is reportedly intense. Meghan left her royal role in 2020 to escape the protocols, limitations, and relentless media spotlight that came with life inside the monarchy. She has since crafted a completely new world in California, building businesses, signing major media deals, and shaping her own narrative on her own terms. The possibility of Harry returning to any form of royal duty threatens that entire structure. Sources claim Meghan is furious at the idea of being pulled back into the toxic, highly scrutinized environment she fought to escape. To understand why this moment carries such weight, we need to revisit the past. When Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in early 2020, the monarchy was shaken to its core. Queen Elizabeth II, still alive at the time, was believed to be heartbroken. Harry and William, once inseparable after the loss of their mother Diana, grew distant. And with each public revelation from Harry and Meghan, the divide widened. The Oprah interview in 2021 introduced explosive accusations. The Netflix documentary in 2022 peeled back layers of private family tension. Then came Spare in 2023, filled with intimate and sometimes damaging accounts of royal life. But today the landscape is radically different. Queen Elizabeth has passed away. Charles, now king but facing cancer, is pushing for unity. Prince Andrew has been stripped of his military titles and patronages following his association with Jeffrey Epstein. Harry and Meghan are in California but no longer occupy the same privileged place in Hollywood they once held. And now, Prince George, having just turned 12, is quietly being positioned as the public face of the next generation. That brings us to the second major development in this story. Prince George is being guided through what many royal commentators describe as accelerated royal preparation. With Harry in America and Andrew effectively sidelined, the royal family has a noticeable gap in its lineup, and George is stepping into that space earlier than expected. Recently, he attended the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall with Princess Kate, a deeply symbolic event honoring those who served in wartime. Royal commentator Richard Eden observed Kate's steady, careful mentoring as she helped George navigate the occasion with dignity and confidence. Despite his age, George showed genuine interest, particularly when interacting with veterans. Earlier this year, he attended a tea event at Buckingham Palace celebrating the 70th anniversary of VE Day, engaging effortlessly with war veterans and demonstrating surprising composure for a 12-year-old. Eden predicts we will see him take on many more of these responsibilities in the near future. George has also been seen attending major sporting events, including a UEFA Champions League match between Aston Villa and Paris Saint-Germain, where he appeared completely comfortable in the public eye. None of this is accidental. William and Kate are preparing their eldest son with small, carefully managed engagements to help him build confidence before taking on the immense role that awaits him as second in line to the throne. And here is where all these pieces connect. Andrew's removal, the possibility of Harry's return, and George's elevated training are all part of a broader plan. King Charles is reshaping the monarchy for a modern era. He wants it leaner, more focused, and more stable. Andrew's controversies made him impossible to keep in a public role. Harry, despite criticism, still holds public goodwill in certain circles and could be an asset under the right conditions. And George represents the future of the monarchy itself. But this strategy is fraught with risk. Some observers argue that allowing Harry back sets a troubling example, suggesting that a royal can publicly criticize the institution, profit from those criticisms, and then reintegrate without consequence. Others believe reconciliation matters more than grudges, especially with Charles's health hanging in the balance. There are also major logistical questions about what Harry's role would be. Would he resume regular duties? Would he only attend major state events? Would Meghan accompany him or remain in California with Archie and Lilibet? Would Harry be expected to issue a public apology? None of these issues are settled, and palace insiders say the negotiations are being kept extraordinarily private, with even long-serving staff having little information. Meanwhile, other royals are facing ripple effects. Queen Camilla must navigate the complicated dynamic of a stepson who has publicly criticized her. Princess Kate must decide how she will engage with Harry after he made pointed remarks about her. Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are watching their brother take on responsibilities at an earlier age than anyone anticipated. The British public remains split, with some welcoming the idea of Harry's return and others strongly opposing it. The situation becomes even more complicated when examining Harry's ongoing security and financial concerns. He has been in legal battles over police protection during UK visits, arguing that his status warrants it. If he assumes any official role again, these issues would need to be resolved. Financial arrangements would also have to be clarified. Would he receive royal funding or continue to support himself independently? Still, the core drama remains the same. Charles wants unity. William wants Andrew removed and may begrudgingly accept Harry's return as a trade. Meghan wants distance from royal life. Andrew has been pushed out of the central picture. And George is being propelled toward a future that is arriving faster than anyone imagined. It is a living royal saga, filled with personal conflict, shifting alliances, political strategy, and global implications. No one knows if this delicate arrangement will succeed.